Alright guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind today. If you're new here, I'm Roland Attenborough. I'm the leading GANN scientific and analytical researcher. Today we're talking about Bitcoin on the hourly chart, and I'd like to go over a couple of things we've been discussing, particularly in our cycles. We've been talking about finding areas where we could see tops and bottoms culminate due to using the natural law. So today, we're going to take a look at the opposites to these signs and what we can see happening. So as you know, we've been tracking Bitcoin, and we've been noting that these moon tops have been coming in around our Taurus when the moon is here. So let's go ahead and let's talk about what's going to happen when the moon is in the opposite side where Sam is laying right now, and we'll see if we can see a top or a bottom. Next, we will look at when the moon travels to Leo, we typically have a low. So what would happen on the polar opposite of that when the moon enters that? Alright, well, get comfortable because we're going to dive in, and I'm going to show you a few little things. We're going to extrapolate how we can use natural law to trade channels and forecast other things. All right, let's take a look at this right here. So you had a swing top here, right after our swing bottom, okay? So the moon ended up here on our swing bottom, okay? So moving all the way around to right where Sam is laying, when the moon is opposite Uranus, right here, that's where the moon was, and it's showing right now. Now when the moon on the 6th, right here, is at the very last degree of Scorpio and the beginning degrees of Sagittarius, it is in opposition with our planet of technology and major transformation and changes. Okay, so that's where I was calling as well, but we had a Mars top in there too. So Mars was at this degree, and we were talking about that. So we're about to have a little pullback and then another move up. And what do we have next? Well, this two orange marks is where Venus here is going to Venus is at 20, I believe, today. Yeah, it's at 20, and it's starting to make its way to the 26th degree, and it will be exactly opposite Uranus, and I expect that we're going to have a little snap top here. It'll probably come up into this channel here. We may not pierce into this channel. We could just get a rejection and a headbutt here, but that won't occur until around the 15th. So looking at the 15th doesn't occur till here. So looking at that, we would be most likely retesting to 64,000 right here. I pretty much can guarantee you that we will. I pretty much guarantee you we'll be there. It's it looks an awful lot like we're going to do that for the 15th. Okay, so that's our opposite now for this. So as you've seen now, you know, we've had this luminary body here, which is Venus, right? And here it is. It's coming in. And very soon here, we're going to have another snap top. Is it going to be as high as this one? Well, let's just take a look at this. So we're saying by the 15th, well, that the 15th equals this channel right here. And you guys know that we've been back into this channel again, and we just got knocked out of it, and we're about to suffer possibly a headbutt here. However, we could suffer a move down and then a headbutt right up into here. So these two scenarios are playing out. This one looks like the most probable right now because We are down below this channel. However, we still haven't violated this bottom yet. So, swing trading these channels, this is how you can find the next exit point. I'm stating to you that a swing top or a tradable top is going to be showing itself around the 15th. We also have 2 ingresses. The blue marks is where I have noted where every planet that makes a new move into a new age or eon or sign is called an ingress, and I color code it in blue. So we have that coming up here and another change. Looking at that, we also have our moon coming in, right? This 18 and 19, and you guys know, I mean, I've got it way up here, right? Where did I put it? Here it is. It's a little bit far out, this one. But it should be at the 18 and 19. So we're going to move it there. I don't know how it got over there. So this is a projected topping area on the 5th month from our halving event. We typically retest our all-time highs as we've done the last 3 cycles in 12 years. So it gives me some confidence that we will be readdressing that. However, this could be this point. So let's just, as much as I like to think that we'd be up there, remember now, you guys, we have to take into account what's happened in the last swings. We know that the energy wants to be here. We know that when the moon comes around to here, the energy wants to be downward. So, realigning our target with our current trending line, cutting through every single top from our March all-time high. We have several extension channels moving up into this vicinity. We would therefore think that a retest of any of this area here is a retest. If we were to do that and fail to get above this, wow, we would have one hell of a snapback, and I'd be stating that in that snapback for this November, you know, if that were to occur, you know, it's possible we can come back to this area. You know, this is our moon area. We have a bottom here. So this would look rather, you know, rather correct, right? Like we would have another swing right here, a possible rejection here, possibly. We would move up, get our rejection, and then we would move down and do a bounce somewhere here. And from this area, it would be extremely critical for us not to lose these lows. We have this election coming up, and we have a lot of dark forces that are trying to topple that great country of America, and we're watching really closely for the onset of you know, some more trouble, or maybe the look on the horizon that we have someone that is interested in helping out the people in the nation. Anyways, guys, I kind of went on a little bit there. I just wanted to show you a little bit about what you can see and what you can do with this type of stuff. So I'm just going to reset these back to where they're supposed to be. Lots of energy here, guys, right? The nodes right here, we're going to be crossing the nodes this spring, where I'm calling for our blow off in February, or in March and April. These 2 orbs will be crossing over and be moving into the sign of Aries, and I believe there'll be an exodus. I also believe that we are going to be having some of the most powerful storms ever, and it's not just because it's just happened. I've been saying this to my family and my friends and whatnot, that we'll be experiencing this because we have this changing going on here. I've been studying the Mazzaroth for years, and when we have changes by major bodies, like this is a 165-year cycle. This one's a 30, right? Chronos. So that's a big cycle. And we also have an 84-year cycle that's ready to make a change too in May, June. So that's a major thing. Another major one, and I don't think you guys have really been paying attention, but Pluto Cthulhu has been sitting on this cusp, moving back and forth here for the last while. It's been doing this for, God, it's been almost a year of back and forth over this area here. And when we move into the age of Aquarius, right? Because you remember the age of Aquarius when your hippie brothers and sisters, right? It was when they noted that, right? Neptune moved into Aquarius. They called it the age of Aquarius. Neptune is associated with Aquarius. However, the greatest transformation comes from, right, the great astrologer, the real player, and that is Pluto. And I've proved that to you many times before. I'm going to do it again just to give you a little update on what we're talking about here. Page 248, Tunnel Through the Air, Cthulhu. You read this stuff, guys, right? And they talk about, there's an astrologer in Canada that gives off this lovely excerpt and shows Robert what's going on. I wonder who this astrologer in Canada is, and I wonder if it's pointing to the future. I pretty much think it is. Okay, so I thought I'd show you that. I'm also going to be doing a very large excerpt on the tunnel through the air. As you guys know, I'm going through the book and I'm cataloging all the planets, all the cycles, and I'm going to be laying out a great big forum that will be teaching you about these cycles. Anyways, peace and love, guys. They're looking for your stops. I already told you what's going on here. We're going to be doing another headbutt here, right around this area where the moon comes around. It's going to make another swing top, another swing bottom. And if we don't get some traction in this month, then my forecast is wrong. And I will be having to upgrade that. So let's pay attention to that. It's not very often that I am wrong, I can sure tell you that. But there's always an error. There's always a margin for error. So, however, we're watching this really closely here. Look at that crossing of 245-degree angles here. A lot of power and energy. So we could still be coming back and settling in these areas. And I'm updating this to let you know that it is very possible and likely by the end of the month we'll be back at this 58,000, no problem. We'll be bouncing off of this, and we will also be bouncing off of this area here. We'll be revisiting this 64 area, and particularly this 62. We're going to have a bounce up in here. If we get a major rejection at the bottom here, then the energy will show us it is in a much more negative position, and we'll be expecting a follow-through. All right, guys. Peace and love to you all today, and safe trading out there. Hit me up. I have our 50% sale is coming on October 15th. By popular demand, I've been getting a lot of people have been asking. They want to see that 50% sale continued on. So I'm honoring the requests that I get. I get a lot of requests, and I just want to say thank you to all of you. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for having us as a guest today. We look forward to visiting with you again. Peace and love.